while Britt was literally screaming in my ears, the craziest thing happened.
There's dolphins.
I love dolphins!
But even though jet skiing was really fun, it was time to move on to something I've always wanted to do, flyboarding. Flyboarding is like wearing a jetpack on your feet. The more water that's pushed through it, the higher you go in the air.
Alright, we should hope I don't die.
Please don't die. He's gonna die.
You done this before or no?
No. Is it easy or hard?
Yeah, it was very hard. I tried over and over again, and I could not even stand up on this thing. But finally, I did it. I literally felt like Iron Man floating on top of the water. But as cool as it was feeling like Iron Man, this was nothing compared to what I was about to do next, and that was drive a car on the freaking water.
So cool.
Dude, I'm so excited.
This was mind-blowing because it worked exactly like a car would, but just on water.
This is so insane. Just driving a car in the middle of the water.
But after a quick drive on the water, we ended the day by having tea time in the city's tallest building.
Here we got coffee. So it's still considered a tea time. So at tea time, you not only get tea or coffee, you get these insane drinks, and they brought out all this amazing looking food. It's definitely the most luxurious tea time I'll probably ever have in my life.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
Every piece of food they brought out looked so unique and unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And as far as the taste, I could describe everything with just one word.
Wow, 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 wow.
So after eating literally everything they put in front of us, we headed back to the hotel to go to bed and prepare for the next day. Now these things I'm going to be trying are only going to get more and more insane. So make sure you stay to the end to see something that you can literally only...
Hello, darlings. Aunt Helga. Futuristic scooters, old school website. Relax. Web upgrades, I own them. Better design, e-commerce.
here in Dubai. The next morning, I of course had to get my coffee, so I went to Starbucks to see how expensive it is in the world's richest city.
Do you have a vanilla sweet cream cold brew?
Yes.
Can I get that? And then one donut. All right, so first of all, the stuff that they actually serve here at Starbucks is completely different than it is in America. They even got a donut. And this is the coffee I normally get from home. This is like the nicest version ever.
The nicest looking version.
Yeah.
But you didn't taste it yet.
Dude, I think I told my name was Drew, and they put Sir. It is fancy here. So it was $43 in their currency. Prices are pretty similar, but I've been looking forward to this since we got here. Did I just fling that?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta try the donut. It's the driest donut I've ever had in my life. Coffee is luxurious. The donut is not.
And now that I had my coffee in me, it was time to go indoor skydiving. This right here is the biggest indoor skydiving tunnel in the world. As soon as I went inside of the tunnel, I started flying. Well, with the help of the instructor. But still, this feeling was insane. And just as I thought, wow, this can't get any better, we literally flew 20 feet in the air. But as cool as this was, it was nothing compared to how cool this next thing was. I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke.
Wow.
It was an entire winter wonderland inside of a mall.
All right, let's go find something to do.
And after a long day of flying through the air and down hills, I was very excited to cross off this next thing on the list, mainly because I was actually starving, and that is a luxury McDonald's.
What? You can get rice bowls here. Signature collection. The mushroom chicken, spicy crunchy chicken. I've never seen something like this before. Chicken mac. I'm gonna try these. Look at this. And definitely the best thing I've ever had at a McDonald's. First thing we gotta try out is obviously the fries. One of the best fries I've ever had. I think this is like the spicy chicken sandwich that they have here.
Whoa, the sauce.
Oh my God, literally the best sandwich I've ever had from McDonald's. Next is something I didn't even know existed. It's a Big Mac, but instead of burgers, it's chicken patty. 10 times better than the other one.
Really?
That's incredible. Incredible.
But after getting fueled up on some of the most luxurious McDonald's I've ever had,
10 out of 10.
it was time to fuel up for F1 racing. Okay, I'll stop. These jokes are terrible.
Drive a F1 car. Let's try it.
As soon as I got in the F1 car, I was given about 1,000,000 instructions, but honestly, I didn't remember too much. Pretty much the only thing I remember them telling me is, you better not stall the car when you start it up. But thankfully I figured it out pretty fast, and just like that, I was racing in a real F1 car on a real racetrack. I was flying around this track, and I was so proud of myself that I was going over 100 miles per hour until I realized it was kilometers. So I think in reality I was only going like 60 miles per hour. But hey, me in the moment right there thinks I'm going 100 miles an hour.
Oh my god. I was flying. That was the coolest thing I've ever done in my life.
So after a good night's sleep and my 100 hours coming to an end, it was time to do one of the things you can only do here in the world's richest city, and that was go to the sand dunes. So we met up with our driver and started heading towards what would eventually be one of the most insane experiences of my life.
We're gonna be in this car, drifting and riding all the way down these sand dunes. And this is our driver. Hey.
After around an hour and a half, we arrived.
We're flying right now through the sand. Is this easy for you?
We were literally drifting sideways, drifting up, down, and pretty much any direction you could think of on these sand dunes.
So that was insane. Now we just showed up at this place where you can literally ride four-wheelers, ATVs, ride camels, or something I've always wanted to do, and that's ride a snowboard down one of the sand dunes.
The views at these sand dunes were insane. It felt like we were literally in a movie. We were doing everything from running on the sand dunes to flipping on the sand dunes, which was actually a lot harder than I thought, to even riding camels at sunset. This was easily one of my favorite days here in Dubai. But there was still one thing left to cross off this list that I wanted to do my entire life, and that was sandboarding down the sand dunes. So as I struggle to make my way up these sand dunes, it would mean a lot if you guys would subscribe. Literally none of these videos would be possible without you guys and your support. So every time you guys subscribe and like these videos, it really means a lot to me. Now, oh my God. The only thing is my 100 hours was about to end, so if I was gonna do this and make my flight on time, I was gonna have to do this without falling or making any mistakes.
Here we go.
And just like that, I did it. This was easily my favorite thing on the entire trip. And as I was heading to catch my flight back to America, I couldn't help but think about how crazy the last 100 hours of my life were. And I can definitely see why this is the world's richest city. If you enjoyed this video, why not sit back and watch another? See?